me see. This is a pretty good example of a screen print right here. You see where it says gravity, zero gravity right there? That's screen printed on there. The reason that some sweatshops like to use screen printing is that you get a real high level of resolution. Like right here, you can see they actually screen printed text on here. So like they got letters and stuff printed on there. That's how fine of a detail you can get with that screen printing technique. But another nice thing about it is that say you had a big job of like 200, 300 shirts you got to make. What you would do is you would make your screen one time and then you can run off. You can, let me see if I got one right here. Yeah, so you make your screen one time and then you can use it over and over and over and over again to do 200 shirts, 300 shirts, 1,000 shirts, you know. So that's what's nice about it. Uh, it's very detailed and it's very scalable. Only downside I would say about these is that you gotta, you can only do one color at a time, one color per screen. So, no gradients, different, certain types of effects, you will have to look elsewhere, you know. Very solid technique though. Next question. Yeah, exactly. So when you make the screen, some people will call that burning the screen. So I mean, burning the screen and screen printing is basically just like if you think of uh, another pretty everyday concept, like say nanoscale lithography, how they make the quantum AI chips with the really, really tiny passages for electrons to flow through, and you catch them in a superposition. It's called a superposition. They don't really know if they're over here or over there because they're not sure if they're a wave or a particle, you know. But in their confusion, you can use that special state to do very advanced computations that say a normal transistor can only calculate. It could be a one or a zero, but like a confused ass, dizzy ass electron can be a whole number of different states rather than just two. So the math gets crazy, right? So anyway, with the screen printing, when you burn your screens, you're basically creating a gating system for ink to flow or not flow. You're creating passages for the ink to flow through. And that's what I was saying is that those passages are at such a high resolution. That's what you have here is a this mesh right here creates such a high resolution that it's a very widely used, widespread technique. You dig? I'm trying to get more into it myself, to be honest. So anyway, yeah, the same thing with the semiconductors. They create a gating system using ultraviolet light to create passages where charges flow or they don't flow. Logic gates, AND gates, OR gates, NAND gates, you know, WHAM gates, BAM gates. You know, next question. That's one way to put it. But hopefully that helps you understand more about the screen printing process. Let me see. Do you know what a qubit is, right? Exactly. Exactly. Just what we just talked about. The charges are held in superposition. The process is like a I don't know if you've ever seen the process for how they generate the the light pulses that they use because the ultraviolet that they use for the quantum chips is so small because light is a spectrum and you got big waves of light and then you got little tiny ones and they use such a small wavelength of light that it doesn't even occur naturally on Earth or something. They got to use these lasers that are stronger than the ones that cut steel, and they dither it down into these tiny little light waves, and they melt these special. They're kind of like threads of metal, these droplets of, I forget what metal it is, but it's like a modern marvel of science. It's really impressive stuff. Anyway, next question.